Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to start a video on my 2016 Mustang. I haven't done a video with it for quite a while, but I'm going to make a change. So I'm going to put another rear deck, trunk deck on the back. I have a new GT emblem. I just don't really care for it anymore because when you get from a distance from the rear deck, it just, I don't know, you can't tell that it's American flags. People have to get real close to see that it is. So anyway, I got a new emblem coming tomorrow, and so I'm going to be changing out the rear deck again, and I'm going to shoot video about this little project. It's not really difficult to do, but I'm going to go ahead and shoot video. And if you need to take the rear deck off and do some things and take the GT emblem off the back of the original deck, then I'm going to show you how I did that. So anyway, I'm going to come around and we'll take a look at this rear deck and the American flag emblems that I have on it. You can see it right there, and probably right now you can't even tell that those are American flags from this distance. You have to get real close. So I'm going to take a close-up view. So anyway, you can see that those are indeed American flags, and you have to get up close to see it. A lot of people have to go, hey, what is that? You know, so they got to come up close and take a look at it. Otherwise they can't tell. So I'm going to take a shot right now of the before, and then tomorrow when we get the new emblem put on there, we'll take after. So anyway, until tomorrow, we'll see you then. Okay, continuing on. It's nighttime now, so it's cooler, it's not so hot. So anyway, I'm going to continue to work on this deck lid, trunk deck lid, and get that emblem that I just got put on here. And first of all, you got to take the original emblem off, which is right there. And so anyway, you got to take that off, and boy, that was easy. No, I took this off earlier. But what you have to do to get this emblem off, what you have to do is you got to flip the deck over, and I'll flip it this way, and you'll see these areas right here that you have to drill out with a larger drill. And you just want to drill it enough to where it breaks that rivet, or drill out the rivet just enough. And what happens if you go too deep is you end up with a big hole. Now you can probably see that where I drilled the hole too big, or went too deep, and it made the hole bigger. But it's going to be covered by the new emblem, so it really doesn't matter. But you just want to be mindful of that when you go to drill those out to get that original emblem off. So anyway, then you're going to have to clean this real good, because there's going to be a little bit of an you'll see a little bit of an outline around this original emblem. And so you're going to want to, when you get this emblem off, clean it real good. I took a microfiber cloth with some invisible glass cleaner and cleaned those lines off. So now we have to get the new emblem put on there, and we'll take a look at that. This is the new emblem, and I already explained why I'm doing this. So the new emblem's going to go just right on there like that. So we got to clean this off. I'm going to clean it off with the alcohol, and then I'm going to remove this adhesive on the back, this 3M tape backing, and we're going to just stick it on there. So anyway, I'm going to clean this up right now. Okay, so I got some alcohol now, and got alcohol, so I'm going to take some alcohol and I'm going to put it on this microfiber towel and put some on there and clean that real good, the whole area. so it'll stick real good. If I can find the edge. Sometimes this 3M can be kind of hard to get peeled back. I don't know why they don't put like a slit or something in the middle to where you can just grab it. But of course they don't want to make it that easy. Okay, it's off there. Now if I can just put it on there straight, I don't make any mistakes. I'm going to try and get that GT line lined right up with the hole where the camera goes, the backup camera. Looks like it's good. I'm going to press down on it. It's stuck on there now. Good. Now I got to take the other deck, trunk deck, off of the car so we can put this on there. Two 7mm bolts underneath here that we got to take out, and then we can start getting that deck off. Use my handy pry tool. They just pop right off like nothing, just like that. And you can see the 7mm bolts right here. Three and four. Okay, now to try and get that off there, you have to pry on it with your tool, your trim tool, similar to that. Let's see if we can't get this thing to pop off here. As you can see, I've got the pry tool put in there on the top there, and trying to get those clips to release. Now they're starting to come to. Starting to release. Okay. Now we've got to get this the camera unplugged. You gotta once you get the deck loose, then you gotta get the camera disconnected, and there's a tab right here. You might have to use a screwdriver to pry it up just a little bit, but my tab is broken, so when I put this deck on here, I broke it, so it'll just slip off there. So anyway, you don't want to break that tab, but I did, and there's nothing I can do about it. So anyway, got it loose now, and now we're going to go on to the next step. You can't really see the flag, so that's the reason I didn't really like it too much, and that's the reason I'm going to put the original rear trunk deck on with that new GT emblem on there. So I got to flip it over, and there's some brackets here. These brackets right here, I got to get it out of there and put here, because that's where those 4 7mm bolts go to. Yeah, they just pry out of there just like that. So you see these little brackets right here, you got to take those out and put them back in the other deck. If you don't put these brackets back in, then you're not going to be able to use the 7mm bolts to tighten this thing up. And also, forgot about this, I got to take this camera and put it in the other deck, trunk deck. I'm going to take this camera off and put it on the other trunk deck. So I'm going to take these 2 bolts out. Well, it looks like the only one I can get to fit, I thought it'd be a 5mm, but it's not. It won't. It just spins on there. So looks like it's a 7/32, which is kind of weird. But that is the one that's going to get it off there. And there's the camera. More clips right here that I got to get off here. So I gotta get those off there. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 clips I gotta get off there and put on the other deck. Just taking a screwdriver and prying them up. Those have got to go on that other deck. So it can clip up here. So this is the new one. So I'm gonna put that camera back on. Anyway, got the camera back on there. Now I gotta slip these clips on here. That's what's going to help it hold on and not fall off. Just slip them on like that. These clips right here, they go on these holes right here. They kind of snap in place. Just like that. There we go. It's gonna be a good tight fit there though. That's good. There we go. Okay, we got all of our clips back on this deck. I took off the other deck and got these clips where those 7mm bolts go. Got the camera hooked back up. Okay. Now it's just a matter of popping this thing back on there. First thing I'm going to do is connect the rear camera. Plug that wire back in. I'm going to latch the trunk for now so that it won't pull up on me. Once you get that wire connected, then it's just a matter of sliding it in those slots up in the top there. And then they just pop in there like that. Now the only thing that's left to do is open the trunk and put those 7mm bolts back in. When you put this thing back on here, you want to make sure there's a little lip down here a little bit lower, and you got to make sure that slips into the proper slot before you punch these in. Otherwise you'll have the deck kind of sticking out a little bit. So now all we got to do is put these 7mm bolts back in and we'll be done with this. Okay, let's close the trunk. And there it is. Okay, I'm going to close this video out. Finally got this project done, and it went kind of smooth, but when I stuck this on there, the 3M tape they have on the back of this, I cleaned it with alcohol, as you saw, and then stuck it on there. And then when I went to, I put the deck lid back on and went to test it and kind of pulled on it, and it just popped right off. So I ended up having to take the deck lid back off and drilled some very small holes in some of the holes that were left there from taking this GT symbol off there, and took some large head metal screws, short ones, and there's a center part in here, plastic part, that goes all the way down to the deck lid. So I was able to drill a couple holes in the existing holes from when I took this GT symbol emblem off, and was able to put those larger headed metal screws in there, short ones, and screwed them down, and it isn't going to go anywhere now. But anyway, that was an issue I had, and I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to pop off there like when I washed the car and stuff, or just driving down the road. So that's what I had to do, and it's on there, and it's not going to go anywhere. I think it looks a lot cleaner, and I like this GT emblem with this Fox gas cap better than this emblem that was on there. So anyway, but anyway, this is the other deck, and you can judge for yourselves to see if you think that looked better or if that looks better. You can leave me some comments down in the comments area and let me know what you think, but I think this looks better than that. So anyway, it's all done, and thanks for watching. And if you like the video, if it helped you, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.